Okay, so after my long and boring introduction to Brizy Cloud video, um, we're going to get to the meat of Brizy Cloud, the exciting stuff. We're going to get to the page builder, which is the reason that I like this platform so much. So you've come into your blank project that we started in the previous video. We're going to click. I'll just show you around the builder first, actually. This menu down the left-hand side here has got a whole bunch of cool stuff. So we've got in here all of our back-end. This is basically all of the website information. So this is for building a full website. You can build a multi-page website with all your pop-ups and everything going on there with as many pages as you like, and link them however you like in your menus, which are in here. You can set up blogs, you can set up stories, pop-ups, you can add users for this particular site and give them custom roles and things, and you can create custom assets for the site. Also down here you've got all your project settings, your SEO settings, your social sharing settings. System pages can be turned off and on if you want those. You can translate your site into different languages. You can add custom CSS for the entire site, so it's your whole site style sheet. And you can inject code into the header and footer. You've got some webhooks that you can play with to interact with other apps. And you can set up your redirects here. So there's a lot you can do in the back end of Brizy Cloud. It is a very, very functional tool. As I was saying, there's work going on a bunch of different things. For example, they're working on e-commerce, I believe, and then they're working on the option to be able to import definitely pages, but I also believe they're looking at the option to be able to import full sites, to move them to different accounts and projects. So that really does make it exciting, because it'll mean there'll be a marketplace for third-party developers to create great sites, great pages and designs, and then sell them in the marketplace. Okay, so that's pretty much all of the things that are in that hamburger menu there. Carrying on down this sidebar here, I've got this silly thing here from my video app, which puts this little sidebar menu here, which is a little bit annoying. But anyway, looking at this page, we have all of our elements: text, buttons, icons, images, audio, video. You can put spacing between your items. You can put line dividers. You can put maps and embed code from other tools. There's inbuilt forms in Brizy Cloud that can connect to your email senders, MailChimp. There's a whole bunch of integrated ones, or you can connect them via webhooks or just via HTML. You can create forms from other non-integrated tools. We can have icon boxes, and you look here, you've got a lot of things you can create. I'm not going to go through them all one by one. You've got Lottie elements you can add to the site. You can create columns, and you can create columns within columns. You can add your social feeds and even comment boxes at the bottom of your pages. So there's a lot there. This one, the reorder blocks, I'll show you that once we're actually building. And then down here, we've got the styling, so you can set the styling for your website. So let's say I don't want this purple, I want that to be what do I want it to be? Let's go more of a bright pink. We've now got these are the colors that we use throughout the site. So each of these is assigned to different parts of the site. Your button will be one of these colors, your links will be another one of these colors, and if you think that you don't like those colors, when your link shows up a certain color, you come in here and you change the color, and it applies across the site. You can set your typography, so all of your fonts and your H1s, let's make those slightly bigger. And let's make it super extra bold. Okay, so then we got down here. I'll show you later on the different responsive views, and oh, this is new as well. So you can view this page as logged in or not logged in. So when you're setting up membership sites and that sort of thing, you can change the views. And this takes you back to the dashboard where you can see all your other projects and other websites and things. Okay, so let's get into the fun part. To start building your page, you follow the instructions that say start building your page. Press the button above to add blocks. Okay, press the button. And what comes up is firstly the option to create your own, or all of these other blocks here can be added directly to the site. So I want this here. I just click on it and it loads up in my site like so. You then can edit this as much as you like. You can edit your button settings and make them round buttons, or you can typography, colors, including hover colors, links, positioning. You can change if you've got two items in the same module, you can change where they're positioned, and then a bunch of other settings, margins, all that sort of thing, and custom CSS. There are also these hover effects here. So we just missed that one, unfortunately. Okay. Let's see if I can get that one again. No, it's going to hide it. Okay, I'm doing this on a small screen. I usually work on a much bigger screen so I can see all of that sort of thing, but on a small screen it's still workable, but it's not quite as easy. Now you can see here as I drag over these elements that they get these blue lines around them, and down here they get these dotted lines. So the dotted lines are for a module, the blue lines are for a column, and then this entire block here, the settings for this block are up in this little tool here, which hovers there, and you can change whether you want, for example, if you set a header, you can make it global, or you can make it a membership site, or you can turn on and off whether it's a slider. You can change your background images, colors. You can put background videos or background maps. You can change filters, and you can make the whole block parallax if you want to. You can save your work. You can change your colors, and again, you can. You've got all your CSS and those sort of settings here, as well as you can choose to make it a full width or a boxed view. So that's the builder there. Okay, so if you want to get rid of that, we can get rid of that, and we're going back to the blank page, and we're going into here again, and we come across to layout. So what I showed you here was all of these different modules or blocks that you can place anywhere on your site, anywhere on your page, and then edit. We can also come across here and we can add one of 128 different categories. These are all the current layouts that are available. So for example, this one's only got one layout in it, but this one here, the scooter rental, has 6 pages available in there. So if we wanted to create a scooter homepage, we go import this layer, and we now have the entire page set up. And all we have to do is go through and change text, colors, images if we want to, and we are away with the whole page set up. You can see up here there's now a header which has got the option to create a menu, which we can't do until we've got some more pages set up, and it's got buttons and things in there. And if I click on here, I can choose to make this menu global. Now that menu would apply to all of my pages. Although if I had particular pages I didn't want it to show on, I can turn that. I can basically turn that off on certain pages. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is go back here, and we're going to get rid of all of these modules in here. There's a clear page. That's what the problem is. My ugly face is hiding it. Clear layout, and we're back to 0. Okay, so now I'm going to show you if I was to start by building my own. We have to create a blank one, and then it's got just a blank slate here for me to build on. So let's say I would want to come in here and give this module some color. Get out of the way again. Come in here, we're going to give it some color. We're going to just make it a little bit of a darker color than the rest of the site. We're going to go switching between this and white. Okay, so it gives us a background color, and then we could, if we wanted to, say, have a hover color, but we really don't want to do that. So let's just go back to there. We could, if we also wanted to, add an image in there as a background and make it parallax and make it change the size and all of that sort of thing. But right now, next step is to step into here and start building our little page. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of columns on here. So all of our elements here, we can scroll down to add these to the page. You drag and you drop. And now I've got 2 columns. Now I can, which is something I really like about Brizy, I can add columns within columns. And I'm not sure how far that goes, but you can keep on. Yeah, so it doesn't go any deeper than this, just one. But you can add multiple columns within that single column, so you can have as complex a setup as you want. So you want to have 2 columns. You want to have this here with like so. You can make your column layouts as complex as you like. So then we can come into here and we can add some text. And it'll start off with some dummy text, and you can add your heading here. And it doesn't look much like a heading right now, does it? So we then change it to a heading. Now, you do need to know that these headings in the typography don't set your that as an H1 in your HTML, so you'd have to come across here and actually give it an HTML tag of H1. It looks like they may have changed it so it does follow, but you can probably then manually reassign these HTML tags, which is great. Good, put that there. Now we want to have a button sitting below here, and we just drag and drop it, and we go, okay, I don't like that color on my button, so let's make our buttons a different color. Let's make our buttons just something different. Okay, so now we've got this. You can see it's got a slight hover color on there automatically when you change the color. But I want to just change the look of my button. I want to make it a round button, and let's just leave it at that. Okay, what we could, no, I'm not going to go there. So then you can add anything you like here. You can add some images. You don't just click on them, you drag them. So that is how easy it is to work with the Brizy Builder. You just drag and drop things, and then you can add your images and your everything you like in here. I could put a video in here, which would be ridiculous that size, but I'm just showing you. You can choose YouTube, Vimeo, or a custom video. Oh, they've just added a URL, so possibly there may be other other options, other hosting sites that be able to add rather than just YouTube and Vimeo, which was always a bit of a bug for me. And you can change your video settings. So you just would add your URL here. Now, what else are we going to show you in this? I think that's probably enough to get you going as far as using the builder. So there is a lot more to it, but that's a very good start. So get in there, have a play, set up a free account and have a play. And then once you get the hang of it, I'll show you some more tricks and we can get you making some amazing sites.